anyone there. You know I love this time of the year. So we got this different camera set up here, so hopefully I don't have anything interrupt or go crazy on me or anything. So what's going on, everybody? Uh, First things first, I guess. Give us a thumbs up somewhere in there. That always helps. And I don't know. I was just hopping on, seeing what everybody was doing. That's right there. Seeing what everybody was doing. I got some stuff to go through, clean up and get ready. Hey, what's going on? Good evening. Yeah, I just figured I'd chit chat a little bit, and I did get a new bag. I gotta set this little thing up. Kind of, I don't know if you can tell what's in there, but got a real small bag, kind of like a little. I'm gonna turn it into a little fight bag or something like that. It was cheap. I'll probably do a video on it, put some mag holders on. It's pretty much gonna be all magazines, but that was one of the things I'm gonna end up going through. I did get. I think I put it in my pocket. Have you ever seen? Let me see there. Yeah. Have you ever seen the? And I didn't bring one down with me, but I'll do a video on it. It's a shear sharpener, so that's a carbide piece, and I'll do a video on it. I did not get a chance to. I literally just got this thing. I didn't even pull out my EDC pack for the ferro rod, but instead of striking with your knife, from everything I've seen so far, hey, oh yeah, we talked about that. Forgot. Yeah, instead of striking it with your knife, you can use this for the ferro rods, and it showed. I saw someone do it, and it just showed sparks blasting off, and the sparks were just unbelievable. And I had to try it. I think they were about like $10 or something on Amazon. I'll make a video just to show the difference between the knife and the striker. But yeah, that was one thing I thought was pretty cool, and I really wanted to get it. Really wanted to try it just because some of my blades don't seem to throw off quite as good of a spark. I mean, I can get a spark and I can make a fire. But when I saw people using this, it didn't even matter what kind of cheap ferro rod they had. They were just like, it probably eats the rod up a little bit quicker, I would imagine. But this is a Corona, and probably sometime tonight I'll sneak outside or something and just try it, because I'm addicted to that kind of stuff. And it seems like I never get to do it enough, but it seems like I've been doing it every night almost. Every time I go to the local firearms place, I end up getting a couple extra magazines too whenever I don't find anything I want. And I've got a bunch more magazines than I do right now of ones that I don't have the specific ammo that I want to put into them. So like that bag, I'm trying to set that bag up as pretty much taking it in and out of the car with me, AR pistol, instead of just having the Scorpion if I wanted to roll with the AR pistol or something that day. I have something that has all the mags already loaded up for it and everything, so I figured that little bag, I could put maybe a couple extra things in it. But and preparedness talk, so that was some fire starting stuff. I don't know what you guys have been seeing about the different, how do you say it, protest stuff. How it would be good opportunity for ourselves and our children to practice certain scenarios, plan into. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely always something that you can get out of situations that could end up helping you with some sort of scenario based, like you're saying, that you could put into practice. I mean, there's a lot more people out, depending on where you live. I'm in the city. I'm off on the side though. I'm not even. Put plans into practice. Yeah. But we still get, I would say, a couple hundred people up and down our little side street, and Yeah, that's a. You could definitely see. There's always something you could get out of it for preparedness. Definitely, every situation that you could see which way people are coming up to the porch, how they walk up to the porch, give you ideas instead of just the mailman or something. Or that still gives you ideas. And I've got those little alarms. Bing! I did a video on them. They're pretty cool. They definitely let you know if you turn it on loud. They're loud. They were at like Harbor Freight for $15. Those little buzzers when people walk by. But I don't know if you guys have seen anything in the stores either more recently. I just went yesterday to the stores and to a couple stores and still holes. Still holes. I don't think that situation is getting any better. Uh, I heard Angry Pepper talking the other day, even on dog food. He was having some of his places that he goes for dog food were empty or big holes. So if you do have pets, as far as preparedness goes, you're getting food for yourself, but probably be a good idea to get some food for Fido or kitty cats. But I did end up finding some 855s today, and I don't think ammo prices either are going to go down whatsoever. I think they might just stay where they're at, and who knows, people were talking about having a shortage coming up. That's what's up, meow. The cat food, yeah. The chicken feed is not as available either. Okay, well, there you go, Homestead Survivalist. He's got the chickens. You got the robot chickens. You can go over there and dump a magazine off alongside them, shoot up at the targets and stuff, and those chickens are just walking around like nothing's happening. He's breeding some crazy chickens over there. But yeah, still able to find it. It's actually in every store. It's just really pricey. I mean, everything's like double. I feel like pretty much about double. I saw some online ammo seek and stuff like that that had more reasonable prices, but then you get stuck with all the shipping stuff. So then it's kind of like, do you just want to get it now, or do you? So sometimes you might get it $1 or $2 cheaper. I guess if you're buying like 10 boxes or something, it might save you $10 or something. But sometimes if it's there, I just try to grab it or something. I haven't been getting any kind of bulk lately. We are starting to receive a little bit more overtime at my job now, so that will end up helping me eventually. And with the purchase of land that I just did, that will absorb some of that. But it's worth it. Yeah, robot chickens. Yeah, those things are crazy. Nothing bugs them. Nothing phases them. Either way. Yeah, so I was just wondering what everybody saw out at their stores as far as anything that might be any kind of shortages or any kind of delays in receiving stuff. I can still get Amazon. I don't order a lot off of Amazon, but I order some stuff here and there if I can find it at a better price or something. Then I don't even have to go to the store. I did see the protest, like I said, too. I watched some of the live stream from Angry Prepper. I like that guy. That guy cracks me up. So I saw some of the protests, and they had a whole part of the Brooklyn Bridge shut down and everything. It was pretty cool. It was I think 11:30 this morning. We have protests up in some of the counties and towns around me and stuff. I've been purchasing some of my local farmers. Nice. Yeah. Oh yeah. Always good. Yeah. And yeah, as far as the protests and stuff, we got some coming up around here. It's like November, beginning of November, and oh yeah, yeah. Get this stuff ahead of time while you can still find it. And I don't think with prices on food, I don't think that even that's gonna come down anytime soon. Even the Fed saying stuff about still going up for the inflation and stuff. So it's always good to have. And you don't have to be crazy excessive. You could still just get that extra can or that extra bag. You're going to get cat food that day, and you get the medium-sized bag. Grab 2. The chickens. I know Homestead Survival's got a few chickens, so he might grab 2 of the big bags, or who knows with him. He might fill the back of his truck up. But I mean, the chickens are great though. He's getting eggs. He's getting eggs all the time. Every time I go over there, he's throwing me eggs and fresh eggs. I'll tell you what, that's pretty good. Thank you very much. I love it. But yeah, that was. I just wanted to hop on, see what everybody was doing. I was gonna sit here and clean some of my stuff and put a different optic on that pistol and wanted to get that thing sorted out and up and running again. Yeah, chickens. I don't have too many of these things that were unloaded, and I wanted to start putting in my in some of my extra carry ones in some of those bags, these PMags or whatever. I was trying to get some more. These ones are the 855s, you know, like lap rounds and stuff. And of course, I can't show none of that. Last time I got in trouble and they shut me off and stuff. But I also found there was another site too. I can't think of the name of it, but I had gotten them a couple of weeks back. These ones, and let me tell you, this was from Lax Ammo. They had the I don't know if anybody knows, because I'd been back in New York. I had shot for a while, and yeah, I noticed style boots are running low. Yeah, oh yeah. I've been trying to look around myself for some boots. I need something for like a winter boot, a better winter boot. I've got a decent pair of like soaking wet boots you can wear that, you know, you don't get I'm off track. I'm all over the place. You don't. They keep you dry. They're Gore-Tex, but they're not any kind of weatherproof or anything like that. So I'm gonna end up getting something that keeps me warm. You know, it's not those green babies. Those things are nice looking. Anyways, like I was saying, yeah, I need some winter boots too. I'm all over the place tonight. And that Lax Ammo, before when I had been practicing, pretty much the guy I learned to do a lot of, I don't know how you say it, target practice that was more pinpoint accuracy. My buddy Coop out in New York, when I first started, I had got, one of the things I had gotten was a 223 bolt and big target, set this whole thing up, because over there, you know, you can't have stuff like you can here. Even back then was pretty much there was a little bit of time where you could get some stuff and then the window just shut. That was it. It didn't matter. It was all banned and everything. And so we had always shot these reloads that were SS-109s. I don't know if anybody's heard of those. So instead of being an 855, which is a lap, like a light armor piercing or something like that, the SS-109s are actually like a steel core. So instead of that bimetal in those lap rounds, these ones have like a solid steel piece in them. And yeah, they're still 62 grain. I wonder, I think they were 3,000 something feet per second. I couldn't remember. I thought it said somewhere on here. But yeah, Lax ended up having them. They were like boxes of 50 and they were remanufactured. There's another company that has the Swiss military ones right now, but I think they were like $28 or something like that. But either way, been trading for AK mag since I'm low in supply. Yeah, magazines I haven't had really any problem finding myself. The AK mags that I saw were definitely higher priced than they were a few months back. They were, I don't think I saw one recently on the shelf at a store for less than $20 or something like that. And the AR ones, the regular P mags are, I think they went up, like these ones that are Gen 2s. I think are $12.99, and the 3s just because they have that little snap cover over them, which I don't even bother buying now because it's just $1 more. But if every time I buy 10 mags, I'm saving $10 for that dust cover that I'm not even going to use. You know, most of the time you're putting them upside down into your mag holders, depending on what style mag holder or whatever you have. But and even in the vest, you got them upside down. So yeah, Yeah, I don't know. Hey, if you need AK mags, get them. Get them what you can get them. That's I don't even know how many's in here, but get them while you can. I gotta clean off that EO Tech. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm always using like I know I pulled one of them, like different kind of like where are we at here? Like just stuff to clean the screen with or the glass. I've seen these Zeiss ones. Even at the Dollar Tree, they have a spray with the Zeiss, and yeah, hey, it works. It definitely works. Anything to keep it clean. And since that EOTech's out and it's always exposed because it's on the air pistol, it collects crap, especially in and out of the car and in the house, out of the house. Running around with the homestead survivalist in the middle of the woods, seeing big, huge monster buck scrapes in the woods, and yeah. And then it gets wet because it's raining and everything. Yeah, I gotta clean it off once in a while. You can still see pretty good out of it. And I got a astigmatism or whatever in my right eye. I probably gotta go get some sort of glasses, or I don't know. Someone told me get LASIK. I got a friend who got LASIK. Everything worked out fine. I got other friends who were like, no, don't get it. I mean, if it helped my eyeballs, that would probably be pretty cool. Because that thing's just, the holographic kind of gets to me after a while. I'm kind of blah, blah. I definitely do better with a scope, like a LPVO, like a low value, variable power. But yeah, so I don't know. I was just kind of just hopping on. I was like, whatever, hop on, see what's going on, see who's doing what, and what you guys are up to, what you guys have seen. If it's different in different parts of the country, we're over here in Michigan, and yeah, I really gotta watch what I say here, huh? The restrictions, we'll call it restrictions. How about that? I think people are getting more than fed up, kind of a thing. Yeah, they're maybe not too happy. Oh no, that was all I had of those in there. No, I have a couple left. Robobox. Yeah, they're not too happy. A lot of people are extremely unhappy. I'm gonna put a couple mother lovers in there too. Yeah, so I don't know what's gonna come of it. I see everybody doing a different protest. You can see them all over the world. They've got different protests in different countries, and another thing I was thinking about too is solar generator primers are getting a little easier to find. Really, now I heard one other person say that to me recently. Someone just said that to me, like, "Hey, we found primers or something." It was somewhere down south though. Those things are pretty. Someone down south told me that they had them on the shelf and they were a lot closer to the. What did it say? What did it say? I'm gonna miss it. Best idea right now is books. Yeah, I know you're big into that. Yeah, it's good to learn all that stuff too. But whoops, I can't put that on there. But the primers, yeah. Last time I saw them online, but they were expensive. Let's see if I can get a couple more of these bad boys in there. But yeah, primers, as long as they're available. Yeah, we ended up getting a setup. I say we, everything with the homestead survivalists. I keep saying we, but yeah, he ended up getting. Should be good. He ended up getting a whole press and everything, and we got everything. He got everything right before like all the primers disappeared. It was like poof, gone. I was like, no, like no, primers are gone. We've got shell casings. There's no problem with that. We could get could also get powder and everything. There we go, another pretty one. Wait till I get this bag done. I'll have to show that on a regular video though. Of course, it will still get demonetized and all that, but still sweet to show. And I load them up 28. I don't know if anybody else still does that or whatever. Some people do 29. Some people are like, screw that, load them all the way up. A2 irons all day, every day. There you go. You don't have nothing to worry about. And yeah, this EOTech is kind of, I got different stuff for it. 30. Nightcat says 30. Yeah, 30 is definitely the way. The way if I think I'm gonna need them right away, I'm definitely doing 30. But I don't know how long I'll be storing some of these. I don't know how long, because I keep getting extra mags. So the more I keep getting extra mags, the more unlikely it seems like to me that I'm going to be using them within the next, I don't know how long. And if I only need to use a few to get out of a tight situation, I'll still have all the other ones, and good to practice the mag change. I feel you. Probably makes sense. Who knows? Yeah, it's supposedly the springs on the P-mags. I forget who did it, but they did the springs on the P-mags, and they said something like it will last somewhere around 100 years or something, fully loaded. But you know it's got to take some wear and tear. I mean, I'm not going to be around in 100 years. Who knows what the end of this year brings, right? You just never know. Whether it's accidents or forced hand. Never know. What are you going to do? And those lax rounds came in boxes of 50. Those SS-109s. That was sweet. And I think this is the last mag I brought in with me too. I'm filling them up while I was waiting to hop on here. Said I had to re-sign in to YouTube and everything. I was like, what the hell? But yeah. Anyways, what was I just talking about? I'm all over the place tonight. It's been a fun day too. It's Monday, and I'm like, ran around the woods yesterday, and it was good to be out and about, and I can't get enough of that. Shoot, I almost put that up there. Let me see what that said. I missed it. Nice fixed blade dagger is good. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm a blade nut. I've been always carrying this since I ended up getting it. That K-bar, that TDI. I've been carrying that thing literally since the day I got it, because it's just something to box with. And on my offside, even when I come home and change out of the work clothes, yeah, I'm always carrying that thing. And I've got a fixed blade in the vehicle. I've had it on one of my other one of my other videos. I had shown it. It's like an is it Ozark Trails blade or something? It was like $5, and the damn thing's awesome. I don't even know. I like it too much. I probably shouldn't like it so much. But and then in all the packs, I got different blades in all the packs, and I don't know why I like that thing so much. If I got stuck in the vehicle with something like that, I mean, that thing is small. It's a quick poker. It's a lot different than my Alpha Dog. My Alpha Dog's like a big fat chopper. That was that's probably one of my most expensive blades that I have right now, and that thing was like $100 or something like that. And it does great for all the bush crafting stuff I've been trying to do lately. And we're trying to the Homestead Survivalist got another welder, and we'll be capable of doing a little bit more metal stuff. I could say we on this one. We did get a forge too, and we started making knives out of the forge, out of railroad spikes, and that was awesome. Trying to be like me, huh? Dude, I'm like all the way grown up, and I still can't be like half of your overall size. A knife is superior to a pistol close up. Yeah, now there's a debate, but at the same time, you could almost say with the average person, it always leaves leftovers on me doing like this. I gotta get more of those laughing face. The knife superior to the pistol at close. We should probably do a comparison video. We did, I know they used to say it was wrestling close. Yeah, well, yeah, you have to definitely control, respect whatever weapon, right? So it would definitely be situational, and who was in control of it. I do like the knife for grappling, especially something small. And oof. Oh, you know who just did Funker Tactical just did one with I think it was kind of recently with two of the guys that were doing Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and they were practicing their Brazilian Jiu Jitsu but still popping a blade out, and they were trying to hit in the hips and cut on the legs and stuff like that. It was a pretty good video. You see the. I guess it really depends too on how you have the pistol set up and how it is on you. That would make a big difference. Yeah, but at wrestling distance, he says knife or baton, Homestead Survivals. If I was already stuck in a clinch of some sort, I would probably prefer to have the blade on me because I still have a sharp edge. If it was distance, and it really depends on. He said knife or baton. He said baton. The baton, I feel like. I mean, you can weasel it in. You can still lock people up close with a baton. You can still hit them with the back of it. However you're going to do trap arms with it, stuff like that. Hit some tender spots from inside grappling distance. But I'd probably, if I'm already grappling, I'd probably start out with, if I had to pick one of those two, I'd probably take a blade. Just because of the edge. Literally, because you can hit people with the back of the knife too, but you have that cutting edge or the pokey edge. But that little tap on the baton, those things are serious, man. The batons are definitely what. Here's another thing. What to say? I am skilled with the baton, but my knife skills need a touch-up. All right. I've been having a hard time finding this. Like every store is empty all the time. So with the knife retention, if you look up like knife retention, I wonder how much is really on YouTube. I haven't looked up a ton of that. We have training knives and stuff, and we practice with that. I did some Tanto Dori and Aikido, and I did a little bit of Kali Eskrima. So I do like using the sticks. I love the baton. And I went bigger this time. I got the full size. It's like 26 inch or whatever the hell it was. And just because if you crink, it's pretty rough. The other one that I used to have, I think it only went to like 20 inch or 18 inch, something like that. Pop it out, 18 inches, which wasn't too bad. It was easier to conceal when it was closed. I could literally have it in a back pocket, or, if you were going to do something like that. I'm not saying that you should do something like that, because some places you're not allowed to do stuff like that. But you could keep it in the bag, whatever. Either way, it was a lot smaller, and it was only a little bit lighter, so it really wasn't that much of a difference in weight as far as the light part goes. But yeah, it doesn't take much. You tap somebody with one of those things, and they're gonna feel it. The baton and the trapping you can do with the baton also. I like it. That's you could trap stuff out. There's a million slap drills, slap cut drills, slap stab drills. I tend to use Krav Maga style. Okay, I have two friends I know that did Krav Maga. And that's pretty much, you're bashing people with that. Yeah, I like it. That works. It's a interesting style. Those guys, they're pretty. The one guy I know, he started out as a wrestler. It's definitely a toss-up for me, because the knife can be used, the position. Baton gives you the distance. Yeah, it'd be real nice to start out with a rifle, a pistol, a baton, a couple close knives, and then, whatever the situation dictates, you'd have it. But it's hard to walk around like that every day. Definitely hard to walk around like that every day. So it's just a little stuff, whatever you can end up carrying legal. Like this little K-bar in my state is perfectly legal. It's a 1.25 inch blade, I think. And you can punch and still slice with it. And it's right there. Or you can clip it onto your belt. And I use it as a secondary to the pistol because... when we did weapons retention drills, one time, the Homestead Survivalist is like this. If he was standing here, you probably have to duck in here. But he's like this great big Viking giant and ogre, whatever you want to call him. And I went, and he said, "Well, what if someone grabs, towards your pistol when you're going to draw?" So we were in doing whatever, and as soon as I went to reach for it, he took two hands and pinned me down, and then he ended up like grabbing a hold of me, and I was literally, my hand was stuck to it. It left marks on my side pretty hard because he was like, "Mash, like, what are you gonna do now?" The only thing I think of is if I was on the other side and I had something I could pull the, and that's my main thing. The baton, skill strike, or to render opponent. It depends on the warrior. Oh, right. It depends on the warriors on the day. Yeah. Yeah. One swipe of that baton, you can. Whew. Yeah, if you. Anybody who's even reaching their arms out, if you just crack the arms, they're usually not gonna be. Yeah. Yeah. You hit them on the arm even. Whoa. I mean, then they're not using that whole one side. Something's broken. But I have heard of and I have seen back where I used to live, there's crackheads. Let's put it that way. In abundance. And I've seen people beat on them before anything even clicked in that was on. I mean, like 30 seconds. I mean, you're smash. This dude's still look like a zombie or something that's coming right for you still. And then somewhere in there, they're like, I mean, not that you couldn't knock them out probably, but it wasn't going back to their brain that they were getting beat up or they were getting smashed on or something. And then somewhere in there it clicks in. But yeah, if you hit arms and legs and stuff with those, you see the police do it when they're trying to take someone down once in a while. I see them swipe at a leg or something like that, and that's going to be, ooh, oh man, you know it's going to hurt, especially if you're of the right mind. I'd be trying to get out of the way of that swing. That's a definite. But yeah, batons. Oh man, that's on my. I've got one for my. It was called Night Eyes. I don't know if you've seen that. It's for flashlights. I did a video on it. It holds like a mag light or something. It's completely adjustable. I found it. I think it was even cheaper. I put a link in the video on Amazon or whatever, and the thing fits that baton perfectly, and you can turn it in any direction. Now it's bouncing with it. You can run around with it. It doesn't slip out. It stays right in there. Pick a side you want to clip it to. It had a big enough, fat enough piece, and when you go to yank it out, there's like a clip on there, so it still catches on your belt. So even if you were yanking out a flashlight, a big mag light, I got like a size or two down, but very situational. That's why we practice rifle, pistol, combatives to be ready for any situation as possible. Practice. Yep. With base head, use a net and canine. Lots of practice. Yeah, why not? Base head. I haven't heard that in a long time. Base. You doing base head? Yes. Yeah, canine would work. They still scream when the dog's hanging off them, right? I need to get another dog. I've been thinking about it for a long time. As soon as that last kid finally pushes out of the house in a year or something, whatever it's going to end up being, that might be something for me to. I just don't know what size dog. We used to raise pits back in New York. I had like 14 dogs. I had the one stud and 13 females, but I mean that was at my peak, and that was fun. That was fun to you have like 4 litters or something at a time. You know. Now you got these. You just got 10 puppies from each one running around, and we had a section off because we didn't have any kids or anything like that, and we got a bigger apartment than what we needed, and we just had dogs. But yeah, dogs are great for that. Initial warning, bark. Even though my pits never barked. I don't know those things. I couldn't even get them to bark, even with a treat or something. Bark. But if something come by the door, they'll growl, they'll bite, but they wouldn't bark. I'm just debating on which. I had an American Bulldog too. Oh, there's a cat right there. It's looking at me. What's you looking at? I see you looking. The kid's got cats, man. Oh. But that American Bulldog we had was pretty cool. He was just like that bigger size. The temperament was so much more mellow. He would just hang out, and he was about double the size of my pits. And yeah, he was like, I think that one pit was probably about 55-ish pounds, and the American Bulldog was yeah, like 110 pounds or something like that. The dude was a you just walk him down the road, people, oh man, hey, nice dog, yeah, move on. But he was like the nicest dog you ever met. I never did any shit town training with him or anything like that. I did with a couple of the pits, and that's pretty cool. The bite work stuff was just, I had so much fun with that. I'd love to do it again. Give you something to do, but like lately with all the price of everything increasing and stuff, and being nervous from not having no overtime for so long and doing different side work, I'm like in hustle mode right now. I want to keep going so I can keep buying bullets, so I can keep buying extra magazines. I feel like I got the rifles that I really would like, but do you have any air rifles? I right now don't have any. Oh, I've got an airsoft, and we ran around and shot at each other with that. Yeah, yeah, yes, we do. Um, I don't have any anymore. I just got the ones that do the babies, and it's fun. I got practice. I was setting boxes up and practicing up drills and stuff and around corners and stuff and trying to hit fast. I got a horrible sight for it. I got some cheap knockoff Trigicon thing or whatever for airsoft, but it was horrible, and it's exactly the opposite of like what your rifle would do at close range. The thing's up instead of shooting. For some reason, the BBs are going way up above it. Air rifles are good for small game and cheap ammo. Yes, sir. They work. Just like 22. 22, we still, I mean, we had days that we went out and we just practiced 22 just because it was that much cheaper and we already had a ton of it, especially when stuff was gone. Yeah, and the air rifles, though, the break open rifles, I like the break opens. They're pretty interesting. It doesn't take anything. I use them for squirrels and rabbits. Yes, sir. Chipmunks. Even though my thing right now has been more so the slingshot. I like hitting stuff with slingshots. It's fun, and I hadn't been doing it enough for a little while. We even had one day when we were out practicing. I think it was one of those 22 days that we were out shooting 22s when we ended up busting out slingshots, and yeah, that's fun. Especially you start shooting stuff at, attempting at 50 yards or something with the slingshot. That's just, and I like throwing knives too, throwing hatchets. That kind of stuff's pretty fun. And chipmunks, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I like slingshot, but my aim is terrible. And I used to have a lot of problem hitting stuff in small enough to actually hit something. But if you start out with something like the size of a silhouette target or something like that, once you start getting on in, and I would start just like you do sighting in with a rifle or something like that. I would start closer and then work your way out. And depending on your rocks that you have or ammo or whatever you end up using it, like I might have some slingshot. No, I put it in the other bag. I had slingshot ammo sitting out. It's like ball bearings. And too much rice. I'm never gonna be able to get underneath that thing. But I know I had some sitting out here. I must have put it in the bag. But those little balls, you get more consistency. Let's say, oh, shoot from the nose. Yeah. 8 millimeter ball bearings. I'm trying to think about what size that was. What did I have? I had 6, 8. Yeah, maybe somewhere right around there. You get more consistency when you have something like the ball bearings. It was like slingshot ammo. You get like 100 of them for $5, or maybe it was less than that. I can't remember. But you get more consistency with that ball. And I've got like this cheap little mini slingshot, but for some reason I could shoot it good. It's been one of the. I think the slingshot was $5. Like a gun show or something. And the first rubber band I ever got on the thing finally snapped off like last year or something. And I ended up buying a couple extra rubber bands. I just got to put another one back on there, but that thing finally snapped off. I put it back on. It worked again for a while, and now I think it's about shot, and that's in my bag upstairs, I do believe. But yeah, slingshots just gonna be like throwing knives and stuff once you get on into the same spot. Marbles, oh yeah, and I do have marbles in this one bag right here because I was making for a little while there, and I was doing it with yeah. When you have kids, when they get sick of playing with them, yeah, steal the marbles. I got those right there. I knew right where those were. Uh, the marbles, I got rubber bands and everything in there too. But the marbles, oh yeah, these are those clips I forgot about. Marbles, I was using the marbles for and especially the big fat marbles, the shooter marbles for the marbles game. I was using those for monkey fist. That's what it was. The paracord braiding the monkey fist, and I made a couple for a few friends, and then I used one of those big ball bearings. When my buddy's on a motorcycle, he wanted to have a nice little something if he needed it. But yeah, so that thing works good with the ball bearings. Ball bearings definitely. Ball bearings good. Marbles. That's plenty of ammo right there with the marbles, and it was cheap too because the kids already had it. I just clipped them for it. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. They don't use it no more. They had this like Marble Works thing where all the stuff went through. Bingo. Plus you can pry open empty spray cans. Yep, there's bearing in there, right? Do you have a water for purification setup? Not down here. Oh, I'll bet you in this bag there's one. Bust open the kid's bag. The only one that she would have in here. Oh, she's gonna kill me. She's probably watching too, I bet you. The only one she would have in here is the Sawyer Mini. Look at it, she got the poopy tablets. In case she has to wipe on the go. I bet you it's in that inside part. I don't know exactly how she has hers set up. She just threw this thing up here a couple weeks ago. Those bandages. I got too much mess going on in here. That's why I've been moving as much of it out as possible. She probably has wound kit. Oh wow, she's still going in there. Anyways, I'm not even gonna go into her bag. This is a mess. Too much for me. She got too much stuff still not even used that she hasn't opened. I bet you it's that Sawyer Mini's probably not even open. I should put that on the top or something. What's in there? Headlamp, batteries and stuff, earplugs. Anyways, yeah, we got Sawyer Minis. I do have, I can't think of the name right now, a hand pump that has filters. You can still use it as a straw if you wanted to, but it pumps, and the only problem, but it does chemicals and everything. And the Sawyer Mini doesn't do the chemicals. The Sawyer Mini ends up, it's supposed to be like just regular bacteria and stuff. I use Chinese pumps, filter, surprisingly good. And I looked one up. I'll have to go on there and look again. I saw one. I can't think of what it was. A smaller setup, but it had like 3 tiers of purification or something. So that one also did like my original. Hey, have a good night, Skywise observations. I can't think of which one it was, but it was like $100. The Sawyer Minis are all like $20, something like that. We had some Life straws. I do believe my parents. I know Homestead Survivalist, but I got Life straws too. I think he does. I think I've seen him. But Sawyer Mini usually for every pack. I got a Sawyer Mini, except for this pack. I do believe. I think that's the only one that doesn't have a Sawyer Mini in it. I think both kids got them, and then pretty much every pack has, unless it's a fight pack or my Scorpion bag or something like that. I don't have it. don't have that in them, and I probably should do additional ones for that. But that pump I saw was like $100. The pump I got was like $40, and the filters are kind of like probably like this big or something about like that. So they're kind of big and fat. And I can't for the life of me remember what the name of it was, but it has a hand pump that you can use, or you can take that off and just use a straw through the filter. And I got some additional filters for it, and I don't think there'll be any problems. That one does chemical, so it's not just bacteria and stuff like that. It does an actual chemical and everything, in case there was some pollutant in addition in the water. But yeah, for water purification, I mean, and I think we got some. I don't know how much I got. I know Homestead Survival's got a million different things for water. That boy, Chinese stuff used to be garbage, but I think they're definitely catching up. Most brand names are Chinese made, anyways. Yeah, I've seen that with a lot of stuff too. Even some of the like that bag that I just got. I think it's a Chinese made bag, but it's got like the zippers seem almost tougher than they used to be. Some of the bags were a lot cheaper fabric and stuff. In fact, this bag right here that I got this one at a gun show, and it's now it's got wood and everything on it, but it's got like a cheaper fabric. My scorpion bag. This is just a regular. Pull this damn thing up quick. Just like one of them regular assault pack style bags. You can tell, oh boy, it's dirty. But this is like a little assault pack. But can you hear that? It's not like it's not like, how do I explain? Oh yeah, I gotta pull that out too. I gotta bring this stuff with me. Hey, there's more sticks. Ratons, anybody? Yep. I missed whatever that said on there. I missed it. 24-hour bag. Yeah, assault style bag, one of those. So I've got another one that I keep my CZ Scorpion in. And that thing was, this was like $20 at a gun show. It was just something to grab real quick. And then the other one might have been $25 or something. But it was a lot better material. This one here, I wonder, I got two more mags. How flimsy this one is. Now this one's pretty thick. I could probably still show you the outside of the bag now that it's getting freaking heavy because I've been loading mags in it all day. But that one's just a lot tougher for a little thing. But I'll do a whole nother video on that thing eventually once I get done with it. Pretty much just loading it right down with magazines. And most of them will just be AR. I might put a couple Glock mags on there too somewhere. But yeah, some of this stuff, and like I said, I've gotten some cheap knives. What's your view on an inch bag? Now, that is a conversation I was contemplating on having, because originally, bug out bag, inch bag, whatever you want to call it, was going to be this bag. Originally. And this bag is huge. It's a Field Line Tactical. I don't know if you can see it. Pick it up so you can see it. It's got the whole padded thing, and it's loaded right down with like 30-year shelf life stuff, all stuff. This is basically a food bag right now, literally. But and it has so much more room to it. I have not even gotten anywhere close. But at the same time, that one's pretty much my wife's bag. Yeah, and you wouldn't even believe it. That Field Line Tactical, I got that at Walmart a few years back for $15. 15 damn dollars as soon as hunting season was over. They threw everything on clearance. I think these things are like 60 or 70 bucks. I don't even know. But it was a couple years ago, and it was literally $15 on clearance. I was like, yup. I mean, if they had two, I would have grabbed them. But my idea as far as an inch bag, so I'm never coming home, right? I don't know that. I think it's going to be too heavy. Because if you really thought that you were never coming home, it's different when you're trying to do a survival scenario or situation. We're going to go out to the woods and we're going to be there for a weekend or something. I could probably take that little assault pack. And do you really need a pack? You're only going for the weekend. You could bring a knife and a tarp, or a knife and a cup. Grab yourself a cup or a tin or something like that. Something that you can cook in, something that, boil water, whatever it's going to be. You could do stuff with. You could do a lot of stuff with a little, as long as it's for a shorter amount of time. But as far as an inch bag, I mean, I've got a buddy who's got like a 200-pound pack, and his plate carrier's got the side panels in the front, and he's got 2 pistols hooked onto it. He's got a knife. He's got a couple extra mags. The dude puts his plate carrier on. He's got the front, back, and sides, and he can barely move. Now you want to get a 200-pound bag on your back, and look, you put your face right in there. Get out of here, kid. This kid walks down here and does it. Grab her by the hair and yank her to the video. Go ahead, go play. You're bugging me already. You just came down here. But anyways, he's got like a 200-pound bag. I have an inch bag, but I have a my back in an emergency. Yeah, and that's a good call. We fill up. I got one right there, but we fill up suitcases and stuff too for additional food, because we know we're gonna have to move our stuff. I don't know, with the inch bag, I feel like there's so much that you'd have to put into it. I understand it'd be that one bag, that bug out bag that's like got everything, and I just feel like you couldn't have, if you were really never coming home with that. I mean, if I was really never coming, I don't even know how much. Wow, it would be a hard call for. I'd probably rather have like 3 medium-sized bags, one just like loaded down with gun stuff, and then one loaded with food or something, and then one loaded with every tool I thought I might need. Saw, hatchet, knife, fire starters, tarps, stuff like that, depending on how bad I've got a carry handle on the tent thing. We could bring a tent. I've got a real small little tent that could probably fit in that bag. I could throw it in there, even with the metal frame pieces that all connect together. But I don't know, the inch bag thing to me is just kind of crazy. It's kind of I don't know how you'd move around too well. I guess depending on the weight, if you really thought you could never come home and you could leave with 50 pounds worth of stuff, I mean, you got enough socks? Do you got enough, I don't know, clothes, boxers, whatever you're wearing, boxer briefs, regular briefs? So you got saying they only need 1,000 calories a day in an emergency. 1,000 calories a day? I know I'm quite out of shape. Still take a good punch. You can still move around, still fight. My wind will go fast, my first wind right now. We did some running drills yesterday. First run out and back, and I was like, but after that, my wind comes back. The problem is, if you were sitting in one spot and not moving 1,000 calories a day, I'd be hungry. Yeah, 3,000. There you go. Much better. Because even if you're based off of a 2,000 calorie diet, now how many people do you know that even, I bet you the normal American has a 4,000 calorie a day intake normally. And now you're going to go into an emergency, and that's them, sitting their fat ass down in front of the TV after they get home from work. Now, if you had them working, not just for their 8-hour shift with their half-hour lunch and their 2 breaks and then going home and sitting down, if you had them taking their inch bag or their bug-out bag of any kind, because we'll be humping gear and building defenses all day long. That's the thing. If you're going to be 20 hours out of the day running around carrying heavy stuff, I don't know how some people with the hatchet, some people with the saw, some people with the knives, whatever it's going to be, if you're doing that physical work all the time, I mean, look at like bodybuilders. Some of those guys got like 10,000 calories. I mean, they're doing weights and stuff all day, and they're doing it for a specific cause to get bigger or something like that. But just to maintain your your muscle fat, everything, I guess, all together, just to maintain your size, if you're doing 3 times or 5 times more strenuous stuff than you would on a normal day, I mean, you're going to need how much more calories? I mean, really 3,000 calories. 3,000 calories would at least make it so if you did stuff hard for half the day or something like that, you'd be able to replenish and maybe like maintain or keep stable, steady. I would say something like that instead of just shriveling up. I guess you'd probably shrink if the average human burns 90 to 100 calories sitting down. Yeah. And now, like you said, go lug some gear. And then everybody who's not in shape is gonna be. I mean, if something crazy happened and everybody had to take off, fucking shit has hit the fan. Oh no, what do we do? EMP or something. I think to myself, cool, I'm gonna walk 20 miles back home. Sure, with how much stuff? That's just to get home. Then where's your bug out location? Unless you're staying home, that might be a different story. You could probably recoup and you wouldn't need to carry much with you. But no matter what it is, you're going to want to try to get somewhere fast. You're not going to just want to be out in the open. And how are you going to get somewhere fast? How are you going to move? How are you going to be able to... I was thinking of combative part too. What if I do get stuck having to fight? Do I want a 80-pound bag and a 20-pound EDC? And I mean, we didn't even get to the weapons stuff yet. I'm so weighted down. How am I going to really fight? And what if it's like 3 people are looking at me? We could get him. He's like a turtle. He's got all that stuff on. And knock him over, he'd be stuck, right? I can't have all that. That was one of the reasons about getting this little pack. Be paranoid and eat well. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're better to have stuff than not. Whether you... The whole thing with the preparedness altogether, I think, is... It's like food insurance. It's literally like food insurance. You have insurance on your vehicle. You have insurance on your house. Why not ensure that you could eat if the stores say you can't no more? Or they don't have it, right? It's kind of like having an accident. At least you had the insurance. So if the store has an accident and you got the insurance, you can eat. And a lot of people are probably less than 2 weeks worth of food in each house. I figure 2 weeks worth of food. Jeez, I could imagine what's going to end up happening if something crazy ended up happening and 2 weeks into it. I mean, what's really gonna end up happening? You got the, like they say, what wouldn't you do? What would you do? But if you had the kids and they're daddy, and they're hungry, it's like, what wouldn't you do? Our ancestors were prepared. Yeah, and that's a big thing with the homestead survivalist. He's really been on this whole pioneering kick. I like this stuff, and there was a book called The Forgotten or The Lost Ways. Lost Ways, that was pretty good. Everything I've seen on it has been pretty good. I have not read the whole book. But stuff like that, any of that kind of pioneering stuff. We got a spot, it's a little ways out from here, but there's a lot of like Amish. And the Amish, I'm thinking to myself, these guys, they got some stuff figured out when you think about it. So there's, like we said, any kind of EMP or anything like that, they wouldn't even know. Like, how would they know if the power went out? They don't use power. They're so self-reliant. They've got animals. They've got everything. I mean, that's a hell of a way to be. That's pretty sweet. I mean, they're stocking up for the winter right now. It's almost winter. They're gonna get everything done, and they're just gonna hang out. Whatever. The power went out. Didn't notice. Had my lamp. Had my candles. Had my everything. It's a hell of a way to be. It's pretty sweet. There'd be no YouTube though. That'd probably be the worst thing about not having power besides heat. Well, you could get a wood stove. I could get a wood stove and have YouTube somehow. I'd be okay. I love the YouTube. I'm always on here watching other people's stuff. I'm on everybody's live stream. They knew how to track animals and make herbal medicine. Yeah, there is a book that he ended up getting that was for our state, actually, medicinal plants from the state. And we've gone out and we've tried to look out in the forest off his land several different spots that we've looked, and he's found some of the stuff. In fact, he found recently he found one. I don't want to screw it up, but he found some of the ingredients into towards one of the antibiotics or whatever that is used for an antibiotic. Recently, you mix a couple of things outside to use, and medicinal purposes on the plants and stuff. That's pretty cool. That's that could be so useful. If something ever does go bad and you get that, oh, I got myself while I was doing whatever, and try to patch it up and everything, and then you end up getting infected, to be able to have that antibiotic is going to be huge. That would be huge, just, to cut that infection. That might be the difference between life and death, literally, in any kind of a survival situation of, jeez. Yeah. I mean, just getting sliced as it is while you're out camping or fishing or doing, out training or something like that, you still, good to have the medical supplies. Keep a trauma kit, keep a first aid kit. Oh no, I dropped it. I use garlic and onions in my food. Apparently, it's natural medicine. Yeah, I've seen some. What do they call them that they put together? That was pretty cool in mason jars. I saw a video. It was a tonic. What do you call it, or something like that? And they had a whole recipe on there, and it was like apple cider vinegar. I think was one of them. Oof. But and it had garlic. They did the garlic a certain way. They put the onions in a certain way. And I don't quote me on this one, but I think it was the purple onions for some reason. Like they had more medicinal purpose to the purple onion or something like that. Was it the purple onion? Something like that. I can't remember. But they made these concoctions up in these jars, and they had to sit for a certain amount of time. I forget what else they had. I know garlic was a bit. Oh, I think there was honey in it. You can probably find it on YouTube. I watched it on YouTube, but it was like if you feel a cold start coming on, instead of taking your vitamin C, regular vitamins, it was like drink 2 teaspoons or tablespoons of this stuff, and if you still feel anything when you wake up, 2 more or something crazy like that. And a lot of people said it was very helpful. A lot of the comments said that they never ended up getting sick because of it. Ginger root, yeah, I've heard ginger root too. Ginger, and that helps settle the stomach and stuff too. So there's a lot of different things out there that could definitely help out. But I don't know what time we are at. I know it's been like an hour or something. I'm probably gonna hop off of here in a few minutes. It was fun talking. I did have fun talking. It was good to hear from other people. I like the back and forth. I like being able to hear other people's opinions on different things, like the baton versus the knife, or hearing some of the medicinal things, or just the iron sights, or what people are seeing around in their neighborhood or their areas for. Well, one thing we didn't talk about, which I will in a second here, but just like the food and what holes are out there, and the level of violence, or should I say crime? Level of crime. Does anybody notice any crime going up? I know a couple different spots. They had like Chicago. I think here in Detroit, they were gonna force them to get the slap, and they're gonna be losing like half of their police forces. I don't know if anybody saw anything about any of that. I heard about it in a couple different spots, and I don't know what it is in your area, but hearing extra things happening, so we don't need pharmaceutical pills. Let's get natural, because the apocalypse is coming. Jesus Lord. Yeah, apocalypse is coming. I don't know how crazy everything is going to get. You never know. Global reset idea, the whole, man. It's hard telling. It's hard telling what's going to end up happening. But to be ready for it. So all you can do is try your best. It's better to have something, like you said, and not need it than need it and not have it. Pretty much the way I go with a lot of stuff. So maybe I'm going to wrap it up there. I think don't forget to subscribe first time here. Give us a thumbs up if you could, please, and thank you. That way, after the live stream, maybe 2 more people will get to see this video. But I don't know. Have a good night. If you're watching this after the live stream, you throw something in the comments. I'm usually on YouTube quite a bit, and I answer back and forth with comments. And if you guys see anything, it'd be nice to have this a type of a community where people can write something on one of the videos, and everybody else can see it too, even if it was not a live stream, if it was just one of the regular videos. They could write on it and warn people like this is what's happening in my area or something like that. It'd be pretty cool to have it so everybody can bounce stuff off each other like, oh, this is happening in Missouri. It's not happening over here in Colorado, but oh, it is down in Florida, but in Pennsylvania everything's fine or whatever. But it'd be pretty cool even in the community tab if we could write each other back and stuff. I don't put too much stuff over there, but either way, guys, I'm signing off. Have a good night, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the back and forth. I love it. Have a good night.